Hello everyone, this is my first video about my game that I record in English, and I will show you a little bit of a gameplay, and then we will see how I add a quests to the game. That's a new feature that I added in the last week, and I would like to add more quests to the first zone. So you wake up on this location, near this tent. Immediately, by the way, you will see this help NPCs, and pay attention that a lot of these elements, they are just placeholders. For example, like this table that shows some help, and also some of the models are also still placeholders. That's why they might look ugly. So you wake up and you need to make a settlement here. So you immediately notice there is an X. Even this NPC, it will tell you that pick an X and cut trees, pick bucket and pour it on stumps and trees. Trees will grow, fill buckets in wells. So he shows you a basic help if you forgot how to do something about this first zone. So we can pick an X, if we come near it. My game will be targeted mainly at mobile phones, at iOS and Android. So as you see, this is Unity editor, so it's written in Unity. Maybe I will also release it on the desktops in Steam, or maybe on some other platforms, on itch.io and so on. So, and the NPC told us we can cut trees with, so let's see. You see that there are no animations yet for this. So these are just placeholder animations, but we can cut trees, and we can also pick the logs that we just cut. And you can see that we can stack them. So you see I am holding only one. My player holds only one log. I stand on the other. I took the second one and the third one. There is a limit, so you cannot pick more than 3 of the 4 logs. And you can travel and drop them somewhere. So it's up to you how you do this. And so maybe even let's use our quest. And for quest, I'm using a separate. By the way, that's funny when you do this game development. You know all of these hacks. So you see, this is my game area. So it is you see, isolated by the hills, so you cannot go outside of it. But outside of it, you can see there are different areas that I use in my game. And for example, here, when I switch to quest, when I talk to quest giver, just the camera switches to another location on the same map, on the same scene. So this is not another thing. And actually everything is here. So I can move, for example, this one. You see, it moves. And you will read again, this is placeholder that welcome Ataman. Ataman, it's a name of the leader of the community in Ukraine. And I think it comes from the Turkish language. So some leader, it's called Ataman. You need to settle in this land. To start building your first buildings, you need to get some resources. Take X, cut trees, and bring me some logs. Okay, so this NPC asked for some logs. And I think I'm using it for testing. So you see, I already have a lot of resources dropped on the map. So I can just immediately complete this quest. There will be animations, particle effects, and so on. So don't worry about it. And we switch to the next quest. You see the text is different now, because we completed the first quest. This is the second one. Now you need to know. Now you know how to cut trees. Blah blah blah. Now go and cut some stones. It tells you the location where the stones are located. You see these cubes are stones. We can pick a pickaxe and start mining stones. So this game is heavily inspired by let me open it. Unrailed. I really liked it when I played it on the Switch. That was my main idea, but I couldn't get a license for Unity, for development for Switch. So I applied for the Unity Switch edition, something like that, on Nintendo Dev Portal, and I have not received the answer since the September of 2021. They're telling me it's still, and I read a lot of comments on Reddit about this, so people applied. Someone just got it in 4 hours. Without any games. That does tell that there is no chance if you're not a huge game publisher or you don't already have some hits on other platforms. So maybe, but I would really like to play on my game on this platform. So You see, even the style is similar, so this voxel style, I like it. And actually all of the art in my game is done by me. I think maybe 95% of it. The other are done by other people, yeah, that help me sometimes. So the idea, yeah, let me just immediately show you, yeah, what I mean. That's heavily inspired. So, and in Unrailed, you see it's very similar gameplay. You have to cut logs, cut stone, and craft these railways, yeah, and connect it to the station, yeah. And there are different obstacles, there are thieves, there are animals, there can be fire on the train and so on. So pretty fun to play. And I played it with my sons, and so there is local multiplayer. Pretty fun game. Really enjoy it. And I wanted to add multiplayer also to this game, but I understood that it would take me plus 1 year to make it. So I decided for now, for the first release, there will be no local player, yeah, multiplayer, local cooperation, yeah, how it's called. So okay, let's mine something, yeah. So these are the stone models. We cut them, and we can pick. Yeah, again, you see they are stacked. For example, here I picked one stone, and when I step on this, so it will take 2 stones from this pile, and you will see only one, yeah. So let me bring it, by the way, already to some of the zones. I will tell you what it means there. And as I am testing this game, yeah, each day, so there are already 3 stones located on the platform. And now you know how to cut trees. Let's complete it. Now we know how to build new building. You have to produce planks in sawmill. It is located near the forest to the right. Just bring the required resources and start building sawmill. Report back once you do it. So that was one of my developments that I did 2 days ago. So it was pretty easy from the development standpoint to recognize. Yes, for example, you see there is a stack of 5 bread. This is food. And this is drop zone. Yeah, so if I warp into it, you see there is a drop zone. So this is a platform that you place resources. The platform is connected to anything. Yeah, so for example, it is connected to this NPC quest giver, and this NPC knows that, for example, that there is only 1 log. Yeah, and if I bring 5 bread, and some of the quests will require 5 bread here, so this NPC will know that, yeah, we satisfied his condition, and it will take it. Okay, so, but this was another challenge for me, so it was easy to test and to check, because I already have had everything there. But what I wanted to do is check for anything in the game world. Yeah, so yeah, let me disable notifications. I'm sorry, have not used to this streaming live. So and it was fun to do, because I never, by the way, learned C# on purpose, but my career started in the development a long time ago, 20 years ago. And my first job was a .NET developer, C#, 1. Beta, some 1.1 beta, I think I remember this. We developed desktop applications for our university, so it was my first job in development world. And yeah, it was 20 years ago, and of course there was C#, I don't know which version, maybe 1 or 2, I have no idea. And I returned to it, but I really never learned it on purpose. No tutorials, no YouTube videos, just Microsoft Docs, yeah, when I need something. And that's all. And also Unity lessons are pretty good if you want to bootstrap yourself. That was, by the way, how I started this game. I knew I want to do a game, yeah, so I know how to program, yeah, but not how to program a game, because that's different. And there is a Unity Learn portal, yeah, and there is a pathway for junior developers, so I took it just to know what's game object, how to position, how to start animations, particles, how to move player, and so on, what controllers, cameras, all of this stuff, callbacks for update, fixed update, and so on. Oops, yeah, you see I even have some experience here. Welcome, Metro Gladki. Yeah, this course is pretty good. Actually, you might not have any of the experience in C# Unity in programming. I really love this, how they did all of this education program on Unity Learn portal. It's impressive compared to the Unreal with the terrible. Yeah, I would give them 1 out of 5 stars for Unreal learning program. It lacks beyond the even usability. Yeah, because sometimes you can see that the lecturer types some code, but you don't see it in the resultant project or somewhere else. So it was strange for me. And here, yes, so I wanted to check for anything. And you see this quest. Yeah, let's return to the game and to the programming task that I did here just for fun. To build new building. So here I have to check that this sawmill, you see there is a ghost version of the, you see it's invisible, yeah. It does not exist yet because we have not built it. And to build any of the buildings, you have to stand near this building table, as I call it, or construction table. It is also connected to this drop zone, so it knows that there is 1 stone, 1 log. Yeah, so let me, yeah, you see, it knows there is 1 log, and it requires only 1 plank out, and it has 5 planks, so I can even be in this field. Yeah, I will not do it right now, but for example, if I go to this sawmill, and by the way, how you know what's and I forgot to tell you the main idea of the game. So you start as a leader of a new settlement. Settlement is completely empty. There are only resources like forest. You saw some tools like fish rod, axe, and pickaxe. And what you do, you mine these basic resources like I did, and then you have to start building production buildings, yeah, because now we need planks. And you can see there is a pack of planks here. It's just a dummy object, and you know that planks are produced here, yeah. But you see, if I stand near it, it tells me there is only 1. There are 3 stones out of 1 required, and there is 0 logs out of 1 required. So even if I press log, I think, yeah, it will not build. And everything has a sound effect, so it will be like no, something like this. So there will be a rejection sound. But I can bring some logs, just like NPC quest giver told me. Yeah, now you see there are 3 logs out of 1 required, 3 stones out of 1 required, and we can start building it. You see beautiful animation. Boom, now particle effect is completely just placeholder. I will replace it, and now we see we got another table, and let's see what we can do now. So you see it takes 1 log and will produce how many? I think I modified so there is another zone, and it will output one plank. Yeah, 1 plank. Okay, let's produce it. Everything is animated. Each building has custom animation. You see 1 plank appeared and 1 log disappeared. If I do it again, you see it stays. 1 log out of 1 is available, so we can start production. We will get planks. With planks, we will be able, yeah, again, we can stack them. You see there are two planks stacked, and this guy asked us for how much planks. Let's see. He asked us to build it. So it was a coding exercise for me, how to check for anything in my game. Yeah, and it was fun to do. So for example, each of my NPCs, this guy, it has this component. Yeah, let me check it. NPC quest. It has different parameters like quest zone, yeah, where to move the camera when you open your quest. The player I need it for the animations, and build platform. Yeah, so from which platform to read what is available for the quest. But you see there are no connections, for example, to the mill, yeah, to the sawmill. And I decided to do it in the code without any of the Unity. Yeah, without these components, without connecting them in the Unity editor. And for example, for the first NPC quest giver, I have this first set. Yeah, it returns a list of quests 1 by 1. So this was the first. Bring logs, remember, bring stones. And you see there is a second parameter. So the first one is a hash map of what is required. So it required 3 stones. Yeah, stone, quantity 3. And build sawmill, it does not require any of the resources. That's why you don't see them here, yeah, on the ground. But it has some action, yeah. And what action tells us? So this is a closure, yeah, lambda function. And I have these helper methods. I will tell you what they do. Yeah, I will even warp into them. So the main idea here for me was to find, you see this is game object, globally available object that you can use. And you can find anything by name, and the name is hard-coded. For example, for the sawmill, of course it will break everything. Yeah, sawmill based building, it's called. That's my naming convention for these production buildings. You can see it here. So I'm using the static string, yeah, to reference them, so there are no wild strings everywhere, magic strings. I find it and find the component-based building, yeah, because I need to read all of this. What's the level of the building? You see it says 1 because I built it, so it switched from 0 to 1. Then I can even upgrade it, yeah, so I can bring more resources, upgrade it, and when you upgrade it, the output is increased. So instead of 1 plank, you will get 2 or 3, I don't remember how much. And yeah, you see, it's at first, of course, it was one function that had hard-coded sawmill-based building and so on, but I split them into different functions. For example, find building by name, it will return you base building, and there is find building level, and I missed here how it's by name, yeah, by name. Find building level, so it will find building and return its level. And find building was built by name. You see, I think I copy pasted it, or I used another keyboard, and sometimes, you know, when you switch keyboards. Find building was built by name. So it says if there is building and its level is larger than 0, it means it was built. Okay, so by the way, I'm using Rider. Visual Studio Code 2022 is amazing, but yeah, I have used to IntelliJ IDEs, all of the shortcuts, and really love how it works with anything, yeah, with WebStorm, JavaScript development, even Rust is supported and so on. So you see, it was pretty easy to do, to check for anything. So you can check it for buildings, you can check for resources and so on, because you have access to the game object. You can find it by name, you can get by type, by component, and so on, and find it. And now everything is so simple. You just, for example, here there is additional action to check. It always returns true because I don't need it in first 2 quests. This third one, it requires no resources, empty dictionary, but it requires build by name, yeah. Find building was built by name, yeah. And let's check if it still works. I modified the scripts, and sometimes it cannot recalculate what's available on the platform. I think it would raise exceptions. Yeah, let's check. Did it collapse? Yeah, you see reference, blah blah blah. Okay, let's try complete. No, it cannot complete, you see. Let me quickly restart the game. By the way, the save load mechanism is also implemented, so you can save the game, return to it later. And if you would like to play it, I will send it in description to this YouTube video. There is an alpha page, yeah, for my game. You will read what's it about, inspired by Unrailed. So I also have a Telegram channel where I post on almost daily about the progress, different bugs, funny bugs, and so on. There are alpha with what's new, what's included, download links for. Yeah, so this is downloaded for the APK, yeah, for Android and for Windows. Sometimes I also do builds for Macintosh, macOS. And yeah, only 3 platforms so far. So there are GIFs with what changed. For example, new terrain was introduced in this beautiful lake. I will show it to you. We can now catch fish. Yeah, but let's return to my game. Let me quickly pass the first two quests. By the way, yeah, save. I will support English, Ukrainian, Deutsch, Polski, yeah, Polish language, and Turkai. Yeah, so 5 languages will be supported. Pretty impressive, I think. And new building, let me go and build it. I need to cut it again, okay. So you see, this will be fun game where you can just mine, bring, stack, build, improve. My production line will be huge, maybe 5 or 6 levels deep. Yeah, by production chain I mean that you need planks to build mill. Mill will take grain. Yeah, let me show it also. So for example, I build this. Yeah, I can also, again, this is used for testing. The mill, boom, you see, you can even upgrade it. Can I upgrade this? No, there are no logs, but I can now stand near this production table, and it will make for me some grains. You see, 2 grains were made. I can drop them here. This is production table for the mill, so it requires 2 grains. It will output 3 bread, 3 food. Okay, so let me 3 food. Food will be required for any of the heavy industry. For example, this heavy industry is iron mine, so we will produce iron. Iron will be needed by this iron smelting. And by the way, let me build it. I will cheat as usual. So it requires 3 stones. What I love about game development is that you can do this magic. You can drag and drop into live running game. Actually, you can modify anything. It's not that. It requires 3 logs, 3 bread. Let me bring bread. Let me bring 5 bread. You see, everything is modified live, and they love it. Yeah. So now I need to retrigger it. Yes, let's recheck. Okay, of course the fonts will be adjusted. It's just a placeholder for me right now. Ooh, you see, huge building was built. This is production table for it. So now it requires 1 coal, 3 iron, 3 bread. It will output metal for us. Yeah, iron sticks. This is our coal mine. You see, there is a coal model. So this is how you can tell what will be produced here. So for example, this will be what will be. You see this coal, it requires coal. Of course, there will be NPC helpers for you. You will not get lost. Yeah, so let's, and here you can see coal, so it will produce coal. There is also forest. Yeah, and with forest I also added another mechanic, is that you can regrow the forest. For this you need this bucket. Yeah, let me pick it. You see there are stumps. What you can do, you can take this bucket, stand over there, and you can regrow it. Boom, you see. 1, and actually you can even level up the level of the tree. You see, it can be huge. And where is my X? Yeah, here it is. I will add a feature that it will show all of these hidden objects, yeah. And you see that when you cut this huge tree, it will drop more resources. So 3 resources dropped. Let me cut this tree as well. Come on. And here is the bucket. Let me pour some water again. And you can see that amount of water is decreasing. You see, it's almost empty. Only two level ups left. Boom, empty. You see, empty bucket. But if you can stand near the well and it will refill it. You see, now you have again 10 water in the bucket. So pretty fun gameplay. Let me save it. And again, we need to cut the stone. I created a build for myself without any of these cheating resources lying on the ground. So everything was for real. Yeah, so... And it took me about, I think, 40 minutes before I got onto the final available zone. Yeah, so let me quickly do it. Yeah, build sawmill, I can save. By the way, we can change quality levels. Yeah, between ultra. I think ultra is not needed because medium, high, and very high are almost the same. There are some anti-aliasing, but you see my game is squarish, it's voxel based. I don't need, I think, anti-aliasing, but yeah, you see, completed. And I think we, what is this? I stand near there. Now you've built your first production. Go and check what is required by sawmill to produce planks. Bring me a couple of them. Yeah, let's go. So this is production table. It requires 1 log, as already here, even 2 logs. We can produce more. And here, notice here it will be dropped, boom. And you have to stand again and produce another one. And of course you can, while it's producing, you can go, for example, to this table, what it requires. It requires more planks. It has no grains, you see you have, so I really love these production lines, and actually my professional life is, I think the whole career was related to the domain of digital of manufacturing. Yes, so we are developing at my day job. We are developing the software that is used for discrete manufacturing. Yeah, all of your cars, space shuttles, tools, batteries. So almost everything is manufactured and produced by our software that we create at the corporation that I work for. Yeah, for example, you can see I brought 5 bread, and just for fun. Let me save it. And yeah, by the way, you see these gates are opened, but in a real game you will have to stand near it. You see it requires 1 log, 3 food, 1 stone, and 1 plank in order to unlock it. And by the way, the unlock animation, I really love it. Here you see it's locked. You can stand near this. It requires 3 logs, and let's briefly do this. Really love all of this animation stuff that I did. So it requires 3 planks. Again, we're using the magic, and I don't understand, by the way, why game development has this feature that you can live edit your game running on your Windows machine, but you can't do the same for the mobile development, for web development. Yeah, for web development you can do it. Yeah, I think I need 3 more food. Where is food? 3 food. Come on, food. But you can't do this. Yeah, live debugging. Yeah, you see, unlocked. Boom, and you got access to the 3rd area. The first area is, yeah, it contains these basic resources, stone, forest, and food. The second one contains this heavy industry, iron mine, metal works, and coal maker hut. Yeah, so by the way, almost all of these buildings I took them from the Settlers. I really like this game, Settlers. Yeah, and here you can see another buildings. What is this? This is gunpowder, by the way. Yeah, I can build it. Gunpowder, while it's building, boom, built it. You see another table appeared. What it requires 3 food in order to make. Yeah, let me bring. There are 2 spare foods. Yeah, let me. It requires 3. You can see there is a well if you want to regrow the forest that you cut, because forest is dispensable. 1 bread, just what we need. And actually you can see the whole gameplay that will be available for you. And I really like this meditating, yeah, type of games. You see it's huge barrel of gunpowder, and it is required for this. And what is this? That's pretty interesting. That's a gun. Black powder gun. Yeah, by the way, the setting of my game is 17th century in Ukraine, when we colonized the southern part of Ukraine. Now there is a huge war started by Russians 8 years ago. So that's why I decided to finally do something for our culture and for our game development. So you see there is a muzzle loading gun. Yeah, it's by the way done by me again. And in order to build it again, you are standing, so 3, 3, 3. Okay, basic resources. This is absolutely amazing. You don't have to recompile, in order to change the running game. So everything is needed, is available. Yeah, you see there is a table, production table. So it requires 3 logs, 1 metal, 1 gunpowder, and 3 bread. 3 breads, yeah, 3 food. It will output 1 gun. The gun will be required for other quests because you will have to form raids, yeah, in order to conquer new lands. And so there will be another quest giver standing. So when you see this quest like this, yeah, so this, I need to bring 3. Let me finish the quest. You see it needs logs, and there is another spare tool. And you see in the forest you can lose your tools and lose your character. So I will make them to be outlined when you cross something and it's not visible. So the models will be outlined. You will see everything beyond them, beyond the obstacles. So let me bring something and let me make it. So 3. Come on. Yeah, now I have 4. 4 planks. He requires it. Well, let me drop it. 3 out of 3. Boom, built, and I think it's done. Let's produce some food. No, I have another quest. It is a complex item that requires multiple buildings. Field and mill. Go over the fence to the left and build field. It's already built. I can complete it. And I think I have not coded it. Find building by name. Field building by the way, why doesn't it work? Null reference. You see there is some error. Field-based building. There is no field-based building. I think I forgot to rename the field. Yeah, it's just field. It's not field-based building. Can I do it live, by the way? It would be awesome. Yeah. Oh, I can modify the game on the fly. But of course it will be not saved, yeah, when I return. You see, I fixed it live. That's why I love this Unity C# that you can, this live reload. I really loved it in Flutter, yeah, because I have a lot of experience with Flutter development. And by the way, all of my previous games, they were made with Flutter. It was pretty awesome and interesting experience. There are 4 games, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a puzzle, yeah, so let me open. Just a time killer, when you click, pick, and expand the zone, you see. You take cossacks can conquer new lands. There is, by the way, city building game, and the game that I'm developing right now, it's a rework, yeah, remake of my game. And it even has a... I will just mute it, yeah. So it's everything is Flutter, everything is widget here. You can see a lot of art. Was, I think, maybe more than 300 different models were done by me. But Flutter is for app development. There are some game engines, but what was born by dog will not drink milk, yeah, like cat. So conquer new territories, there is a huge map, you have to build productions, you have to occupy lands, so pretty interesting to play. Again, available, Loca Deserta, Sloboda. Loca Deserta is from Latin, is deserted land. It was the name of the southern part of Ukraine. Yeah, there were Tartars, and we fought against them, against the Ottoman Empire, and conquered the lands. And there is also, by the way, interactive fiction editor, runner, engine, story creator. Yeah, you see it runs on the web. I really love when it works on the on the mobile phone, so I just love it. For example, interactive fiction, yeah, you know that you can pass different stories and you have to pick, yeah, they are all in Ukrainian languages, so we will not understand them. The interface is translated to different languages, but you know that when, in order to develop the story, you have to pick what's the main character will do. For example, take a bow or retreat. For example, if you retreat, another story will continue. The same story, but it's written differently. A lot of different nice things were done by me here, and you can even edit anything. So there is an interactive fiction editor. You can just modify it, you can add new passages, you can add new options, you know, branches to the game, save it as you want, and so on. Again, it was pretty fun to do with Flutter due to this live reload functionality. Yeah, you don't have to restart the game, it'll lose your state. Like I did, you see here, I just changed the name to field-based building and it worked. And now what it asks again, you have completed all the quests I had. Yeah, that's because I wanted to add another quest, bring me grains, then build this mill. Yeah, mill is already built. So the production line will be huge. I can show you from my first version of the game. It's called City Building. Yeah, it also has an online version. Of course, it was not designed for this huge display that I have here. Let me switch to English, maybe you will understand something. And there is a, what's this? Yeah, this is production 3. For example, in order to build a cannon, so one cannon requires 3 cossacks, warriors, 2 horses, 50 food, 50 wood, 50 gunpowder, 40 metal parts, 21 charcoal. Charcoal requires 50 food, 75 food, grains 19. 1 horse, 3 horses requires 19 grains. You see, this is the whole production chain. It comes from the very, very primitive, like grains, food, wood, stone, and it develops into something more sophisticated. For example, into charcoal. Yeah, metal parts, they require orange charcoal. Firearm requires food to make it, metal parts, powder, and wood. After that, you can make a cossack. Well, yeah, 1 cossack, because it requires firearm. Also, you need money. So the same will be here, and I will add this production chain trees, so you will know, for example, what you already unlocked, what you are missing. Yeah, so and if you look, yeah, there is a church already available. So you see there are currently only 3 areas, and I think they will be available if I release it as a free game with unlock, yeah, for money. So these first 2 areas will be available for free, but to make arms, firearms, and army, you will have to pay me. Yeah, so that's my idea so far. And I added beautiful, you see, water. I used the package, bought it on the Unity asset store. And what you can have, you can see another, of course, there will be NPC helper for you, quest giver, so we can get this fishing rod. This is just a placeholder, I use the terrain. And you can mine, how I call it, yeah, you can catch fish. Yes, so now you have fish. It's also stackable. And you see now it has this nets with fish. It will be empty net, but what you can do, you can feed fish again, and the fish spot will be restored. Yeah, for this you need food. And for food you need grains. Remember that you need more grains. 2 grains. Let me quickly do it. 3 bread will be given to us. It's not it. Don't need planks. So 3 bread I'm bringing, you see. And actually it will not deplete the bread, but it will restore the fishing spot, you see. Oh no, you see it consumed. consume two bread. I didn't know, I coded it. Fun. You see, hidden feature. And everything is connected. Yeah, three fish. Fish, and I plan you will sell it for money, for gold, and for gold you will be able to hire cossacks in order to proceed the quest line, because you will have to send cossacks to war to conquer new lands. And maybe I have plans that it will be a first map, there will be another map, maybe with a different terrain, with a different climate, you know, how in Minecraft it was done, like desert, forest, tundra, and so on. So maybe I will do this as well. Right now this gate is constantly unlocked, yeah. But of course there will be a scout tower, I will replace it with some conditions in order to unlock it. And I think that's all that I have so far. And yes, so there are NPCs. For example, there is another NPC, this woman, what it will tell us. Building, building. Drop required resources onto platform. Stand near build desk, this one with the hammer, to open menu. Build or upgrade buildings to enhance production output. So the higher building level, by the way, let me upgrade it. You will see that the model will be changed. You see, and where is our X? Can I retrieve it? I cannot pick it. You see, I lost it. That's why I think there will be a button like warp all of the tools to the location, near the stand, and they will be teleported if you lost them, because I want nice gameplay, nice time spending, and not some suffering. So we can upgrade to another level. Let me do this. Well, I already have 3. Come on, I need 3. Yes, 3. 3 and 3. This is the 3rd level of sawmill. You see it became even huger. And now the output is how many? 4. You see 1 log outputs 4 planks. The first one output, I think, 1 plank, 3 planks, and 4 planks. And again, there is a well, if you need it. I have lots of other models. By the way, let me show it to you. I use Goxel. Everything is done on my mobile phone. I have Galaxy Ultra with the stylus, and I use it to do all of my art. And also on the Galaxy Tab, amazing devices. Free Ukrainian art. By the way, everything is open source. You can go and pick all of my arts. So this is let me pick something. Buildings, cannon house, 3D. So here it is a model. So there are obj models, materials, Goxel files. Something was converted for Unity, for Unreal. There are voxel for Magica voxel. I use it to convert it to next level. And I have this scout tower. I think it's buildings, and I want to replace it. Watchtower, 3D. It's you see, it's my another art that I did, Watchtower. But I want another tower. It's Cannon Tower, I think it's called. Wall, trapped house. It's just a wall. One of my first. Building. Can I search here? Scout Tower. Defense Tower. Here it is. You see it's huge. Wow. So I plan to use this. So I will cut everything else. I will lead only this ladder, the tower, the cannons. And you see. And actually you can even So there will be no wall, or maybe it will be used instead of that gate that I have. There will be no river, no this hill, and so on, no shore. I plan to use it. Yeah, replace that model. Oh, I hope it will not die. And I think that's all. It's still in alpha. And I think once I release the first quest, it will be the last publicly available alpha version, yeah, number 13. After that, I will just do preparation, yeah, so you see I have to add a lot of animations. Yeah, by the way, all of these animations, they have differences for all of these buildings. They have their own animations, so let me show you the last one. What is it? Requires metal, gunpowder, so let me satisfy it. Gunpowder, metal, it's stone, okay, metal, 3 foot, 3 foot already, and what else? Locks, yeah, 3 locks, I think. Let me retrigger. Oh, yeah, satisfied. Now you see animation, boom, 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 and you got a gun. You will bring it to the church, to the rally point, and there you will be able to recruit the cossacks, yeah, for the quests. So you see production line, different buildings, and I think that's all. Yeah, so if you have any questions, you can ask me in Twitter. I'm pretty active there, so you can search by my handle. My main account was suspended because Twitter did not like my position on the Ukrainian-Russian war, so glad him. You can search, yeah, making my dream game Sloboda. Or you can visit my site. It has the references to the Telegram channel. I'm also pretty active there, so we'll be happy to see you when I release my game and you will be able to play it. And I think that's all for now, so thank you for your attention and goodbye.